Hi guys and welcome to Luang, Prabang. This used to be the capital of Laos and I got here with the slow boat and I made a separate video about that, so definitely go check it out. I have been blown away by Luang Prabang. It has turned out to be one of my favorite places I have ever visited. So this place is mainly known because it is close to the Kuang Si Waterfalls, which are some of the most beautiful waterfalls in Southeast Asia. Aside from this, there is some sightseeing around the city, and in the previous video you can see the amazing workshops that you can do around the city to learn more about local culture and support the local people at the same time. And then of course, let's get into the sightseeing around the city and the beautiful Kuang Si Waterfalls. I started my first day with a good breakfast at the hostel before seeing the highlights around town. I walked along the river towards the southeastern steps of Phousi Hill. On this hill you can find different temples and the Buddha's footprints. I have just paid 20,000 kip to get up to Phousi Hill, the golden stupa that is looking out over the city. So hopefully we'll have a good view from up there because it's really hot to be going up this hill right now. But let's hope it's worth it. It is a popular spot to watch the sunset from because of the beautiful views over the city and the Mekong River. I made my way down the other side of the hill where I arrived at the Royal Palace, the next spot on my list for the day. Next up is a visit of the Royal Palace. What stands out to me most about this Royal Palace is how humble it is. So it was only used by, I believe, 2 kings and only in the 1900s. And the bedrooms are so simple, dark wood and white walls, white bedding, so very serene. Then you have the throne room, which is beautifully decorated with some kind of mosaic, and you have the reception room, which has beautiful murals. So it is beautiful in its simplicity, and yeah, it was really cool to see. Definitely come check it out when you are in Luang Prabang. Aside from the royal palace itself, you can enjoy walking around the garden, seeing the royal racing boats, the temple, or even attend a royal ballet theater show. Something that's good to know is that the royal palace closes between 11:30 and 1:30, so right now they're closing everything up. And I was lucky that I just had enough time to see it, but I didn't know that it was actually closing. So yeah, managed to time that perfectly. I also went to the Garavek Theatre, and this is where like the local Lao folklore is being told in a very small intimate theater. There are only 30 places and you go there around 6 to get your ticket, and it starts at 6:30, so you can just grab a drink or some food before that and then yeah, enjoy 1 hour of storytelling. And it was very cool, accompanied by a local instrument, so it was definitely a cool experience that I haven't really had anywhere else. The next day I rented a scooter and drove to the Kuang Si Waterfall. Here we bought a ticket at the entrance, and after a short ride in an electric bus we arrived at the start of the path, where there were plenty of shops to buy some refreshments or a picnic lunch to take on your walk. We have made it to the Kuang Si Waterfalls, and these are Laos' most beautiful waterfalls and maybe even some of the most beautiful ones in Southeast Asia. We've got here by renting a scooter, and it was a beautiful 1-hour drive. It was definitely a good ride. Even though there were potholes, it was quite safe and a pretty straightforward road to take. So yeah, that was good. There is also a bear sanctuary here on site, and we've already checked it out. And of course, first thing I see is a snake. That's the second snake in only a few days here in Laos. Now I see the snake. And the thing. Really, it was like crossing that way. The Bear Rescue Center was founded to rescue Asian bears from bear bile farms, where they lived in terrible circumstances. In collaboration with the Lao Department of Forestry, 3 bear houses were built with a capacity of 25 rescued bears. More than 100 bears have been rescued in Laos in the past 10 years. Now we are going to explore these waterfalls.
now come to the top of the waterfall, and as you can see behind me, it's like we are in the middle of the jungle, and also the early birds have just left, just gone down, and the whole group tours still have to arrive. So we pretty much have this place all to ourselves. We can go for a swim here if you want, which you can also do at the bottom of the waterfall. But yeah, it's so cool to be up here. So many butterflies once again. It's insane. Right, we have made it back down safely, and as you can see, there is a lot of water in the pools, and it is kind of a greenish color instead of the turquoise blue that you usually see on the videos and on the pictures. But that's because it's the rainy season, and the same thing happened to me in the south of Mexico. Maybe you remember Aguas Azul waterfalls. These remind me of that so much, but it is still so beautiful, and the waterfall is so powerful because of the amount of water.
Before driving back, I tried the khao soi of Luang Prabang. Luckily, I had some help to finish it before driving to our first stop, this beautiful bamboo bridge over the rice terraces. You can enjoy the lush green landscape at Phounsouk Garden.
We are going to be so lucky.
Next up, we visited the buffalo farm. Here you can get a guided tour to learn all about the farm or enjoy some local delicacies.
Hello! Hey, I don't have any food. Yeah, little snooch. Little snooch. Hello.
Buffaloes.
The piggies. The mommy piggies. Hey. And there's lots of rabbits here as well.
Of course, we had to give the desserts a try. My friend got an amazing cheesecake and I went for some fresh ice cream.
Hello, kitties. Hello. Do you want some buffalo ice cream?
I loved renting a scooter. It was very easy to do. There are a lot of potholes, but you expect them, so you are always prepared for them. The view coming back to the city once we crossed the mountain and we saw the city in the distance was like an unreal moment. It was such a beautiful view. I was in a rush to get to my cooking class, but yeah, so beautiful. I highly recommend renting a scooter instead of taking a tour. It wasn't that hard at all. Laos is also the most bombed country in the world. So there is the UXO Information Center where you can see all about the bombs and the bombings and everything that happened here in Laos, and also the impact they still have today, because not all of them have exploded when they were dropped and some of them are still exploding today. Another activity that you might not have thought of when doing your research about Luang Prabang is shopping. The city center is lined with beautiful stores selling locally produced textiles based on hill tribe tradition. By shopping here, you not only get to take a useful souvenir home, but you also support the local women. I did a weaving class with Okpop Tok, which you can see all about in my previous video. If you feel like taking home other souvenirs, the night market is the place to look. Every evening, local vendors fill their stalls with beautiful lanterns and gorgeous textiles. Aside from the shopping, many people gather here for dinner. From very strange, maybe unattractive local options to less local options, everyone will find a meal to their liking and enjoy it together in the big food courts. Luang Prabang has so many amazing places to eat, and one of my favorite things to do is cafe hopping. Some of my favorites were Coma Cafe, which is also super aesthetic, Coffee Express looking out over this pond, Big Tree Cafe with a beautiful gallery, Dada's Cafe looks out on the hustle and bustle of the Mekong River, and so does Saffron Coffee, which is connected to a social initiative using only coffee beans that are grown in Laos and support the local farmers. Tamarind serves the best local dishes and also has a cooking workshop, which I thoroughly enjoyed in the previous video. For Western food, I would recommend Joli for pizza or Outback for burgers and fries. Some things that I didn't have the time to do around here is going to the Pak Ou Caves. We did pass them by on the slow boat. This is basically a temple inside a cave. You have to take a boat to get there. It looks really cool, but yeah, I didn't have the time and I felt like I had spent enough time on the water already. There are some other river tours as well, stopping by local villages and so much more. So if you have a group that you can go with and split the cost, I think that would definitely be a good activity to do. The bowling alley is the place to go if you want to go out in Luang Prabang. It is the only place that's open after 11. People go bowling there. Apparently there is some archery and lots of other stuff, but I'm getting old. I did not make it there. It's a bit out of the city center, so you would have to take a tuk-tuk to get there. But yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. I would really like to wake up early one morning, even though I only have one morning left. But basically around sunrise is when the monks accept alms. So they receive donations, mainly food, early in the morning by the fellow Buddhists. I've heard that it's not that common, or it's not really advised for non-Buddhist people to partake in the donations, etc. But you can definitely go and watch at a certain distance, and yeah. But yeah, let's see if I make it out of bed at around 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Somehow I feel like it's not gonna happen, but we'll see. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, then definitely give this video a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my next videos here in Southeast Asia and beyond. I hope you've enjoyed Luang Prabang just as much as I have. I definitely will leave this place with pain in my heart, but also very happy that I have been able to explore it. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!